Liar, junkie, prostitute, you name it. That's what they called me. Listen to me when I tell you, Christmas Eve, 11 years ago, they came to my prison cell and they said, Tom, that was my last name, pack up, it's time to go. I had been in prison for a year. I had spent the last year behind those walls and begging God to help me to come out and be different, because when I got there, I detoxed off of IV drugs. I was deathly sick for weeks, right, in county jail leading up to this. I go to prison, I encounter God, he radically changes me, he radically transforms my life. I had spent that year in there asking him, please let me come out and be different. I don't want to be a liar, I don't want to be a junkie, I don't want to be a manipulator, I don't want to be promiscuous, I want to be honest. I beg God to help me to walk out different. Before that day when they came and told me to pack up, I had spent a decade addicted to drugs, traumatized, abused, a statistic, like you name it, that was me. I was that girl that you clutched your pearls, you looked for your bag when I walked in. I was foul. I was so deep into IV drug use that I would sell my soul every single weekend just to numb the pain for a few hours. I had been through horrible trauma as a little girl, and then I spent a decade hurting other people because I didn't care. But that day, they said, pack up. I walked out, and for the first time in my entire life, I felt it in my bones. I felt freedom, and not just the freedom that came from no longer being in shackles, no longer being in prison walls. I knew God had changed me, and I was going to come out different. So when I walked out and I tasted that freedom, it was like nothing I'd ever experienced in my entire life. God didn't slowly heal me. He didn't heal me partially. He delivered me instantly. I was different. Never to be the same. Christmas hits different for me when one day you're known as R91275 and the next day you step into a home filled with safety and warmth and grace. Like what? If you're praying for someone you know or love to get better, this is your sign to keep praying and don't give up, because God delivered me from a decade of trauma and pain and sickness in an instant. I am living, breathing proof that he still does miracles.